Welcome to a very cloudy but very warm summer's day here on the Fife coast, just across the Firth of Forth from Edinburgh. Today we're going to be exploring a couple of towns on the Fife coastal trail, Aberdour and Burnt Island, and we're going to be able to see a castle, we're going to be able to see a harbour, we're going to be able to see a lighthouse, and hopefully even a fun fair. It's a very quick 30-minute train journey from Edinburgh Waverley here to Aberdour, where we're starting our little walk today. So first of all, we're going to go and find Aberdour Castle, which is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, castle in the whole of Scotland. This is a perfect example of Roger's first law of filmmaking. If you start filming in a public place, somebody will fire up a strimmer or a pneumatic drill. They are so noisy. Now, they started building Aberdour Castle back in the 1100s. That's such an incredibly long time ago, isn't it? And for that reason, a lot of people say that this is the oldest castle in the whole of Scotland. But other people also say that the oldest castle in Scotland is actually Castle Sween in Argyll. So these two castles, Aberdour Castle and Castle Sween, jostle for that position as the oldest castle in Scotland. Right, let's take a look inside Aberdour Castle. There's always a spiral staircase, isn't there? And the spiral staircase leads us to this banqueting hall. And from the windows we can see the grounds. And what's that over there? Yeah, that looks like a dewcot, a beehive-shaped dewcot. We'll have to go and have a look at that. And now we're down in the bottom of the castle, where it gets really quite spooky. And this must be one of the dungeons. It's very dark, it's very dank, it's very echoey. Back out into the light. This gigantic piece of castle wall collapsed in 1919, but it collapsed in one piece even when it hit the ground, so testament to their building skills, yeah? There are parts of the castle we can't access because the walls have become dangerous. They are being renovated, but whilst they're being renovated, they've reduced the entry price down from £7.80 to £6. Outside into the castle grounds now. Want to head over to that dewcot, and I think over here, yes, we have an orchard. I can't believe it. As soon as I started filming then, the guy arrived on his gigantic, great big power mower. Okay, before we head down to the dewcot, just a quick word about Aberdour Castle. It was used in Series 1 of Outlander. Well, let's face it, there can't actually be a castle or historical monument in Scotland that hasn't been used in Outlander so far. But this took the place of an abbey where Jamie Fraser recovered from battle wounds in Season 1. And there's a church over there beyond the walls. and a sundial, and there's the Ducot. This Ducot is really impressive. Most Scottish castles have Ducots, or dovecoots, I guess is the proper way to say it, and we're full of doves, pigeons, birds. Inside's quite impressive for a Ducot, to be honest. Rows and rows and rows and rows of cubby holes for the birds to nest in. And there must have been thousands of them. Just look at this. Oh, for goodness sake, I can't get away from that guy and his bloody lawnmower. And just behind the castle, there's this absolutely gorgeous walled garden. What a beautiful, peaceful place to come and sit and have a coffee. Do you know, that's more like it. A robot mower that doesn't make any noise. And the final thing to see here at the castle is St Fillan's Church, the one we saw over the wall just before. Bet some of these graves are quite old. Well, that's our first Aberdour box ticked, Aberdour Castle. Next on the list is Aberdour Harbour, and after that, there's a lighthouse. And I think we're going to go via the high street. Well, there's not much to it. A few restaurants, a few shops, a few pubs, and a road down to the harbour. Very pretty though, isn't it? Yeah, this is what we want, Shore Road. Maybe pop into the Forester's Arms on the way back for a pint. What do you think? Ah, I see the sea, I see the Firth of Forth. Not far from the harbour now. This beach is called Black Sands, and do you know what? The view across the Firth of Forth to Edinburgh is absolutely stunning. I've never been to Aberdour before. I'm absolutely gobsmacked by this view of Edinburgh. Just take a look. I really wish I had a better zoom lens than this one, but you can see the outline of Arthur Seat and the Salisbury Crags. You can see the skyline of Edinburgh with the castle sat on the top. And then the Pentland Hills there off in the distance. And here we are at Aberdour Harbour. All those boats sitting in the mud reminds me so much of Fisherow Harbour. I love looking at the names of boats in harbours, don't you? There's some great ones here. Look over there, Mojito. There's nothing more relaxing than a beautiful little harbour like this one. Aberdour Harbour, second box ticked. God, I can't stop looking at that incredible view of Edinburgh. Anyway, next stop is the lighthouse, and I think we need to head up onto that headland over there. So that means walking all the way around the other side of the harbour. That's a pretty little bridge. Great view of the harbour from here on the other side. Now we're actually on the Fife Coastal Path now. The Fife Coastal Path is about 200 miles of continuous path around the Fife Coast, as you would expect, but it's a very popular hiking route. And if you do it all on foot, it can take you up to a week to do. I might have taken a wrong turn, but look at that derelict pier. Oh, I think we need to be up there. on the top of the cliff to get to the lighthouse. So I must have missed some stairs or a fork in the road or something. We'll have to go back. Easily missed. Gosh, those steps were steep. Right up on the cliffside now. You can see that derelict pier again down there. And here, well, the lighthouse is over there, so we've just got to climb down the other side. And as we walk down the very steep slope towards the lighthouse, just over there, you can see our next destination afterwards. That's Burnt Island. Another harbour and, I believe, at this time of year, a fun fair. Stick around to the end of the video to see that. Apparently, during the war, on this site was HMS Thaler, which was a huge initiative to target German U-boats. So there's a lot of history here. And as we approach the lighthouse, there's actually not that much to see. Do you know what? Small or large, it's a lighthouse. And I absolutely adore lighthouses. There's just something, I don't know, mysterious, maybe even scary about lighthouses. Not sure I'd like to be here all on my own at night. Well, that's all 3 Aberdour boxes ticked: castle, harbour and lighthouse. So let's head to Burnt Island, and that means we're going to have to hoof it back to Aberdour Station. Aberdour train station is so pretty. And we're going to have to go over that footbridge to get onto the other side for our train. Just one stop to Burnt Island. Oh, and I think we're just in time. I couldn't have timed that better. Welcome to Burnt Island. That was a very quick 5-minute train journey. I hadn't expected that train to arrive as quickly as it did, so I had to run for it right at the last minute down those steps over the footbridge. Just taking 5 minutes just to get my breath back, and then we're going to have a walk around Burnt Island. I think the fun fair will be open by now. Okay, let's head into Burnt Island town centre. Down towards the high street. The Royal Borough of Burnt Island. Now, if I've got it right, we're here now, and the fair should just be on the green just down the road. Another pretty collection of bars, restaurants, shops and pubs. And I can see the fairground down there. Here we are at Burnt Island Fun Fair, and do you know what? I'm absolutely famished, so I think our first port of call will be a burger van, any burger van. And I can see one, Burger Island it's called, a Burger Island in Burnt Island. Shall we head there? Oh, I'm so ready for this. Cheers. Oh, Iron Brew, you can't beat it. Let's chuck into that burger. I was so ready for that burger, it really filled a spot. Okay, let's soak up the fun of the fair here in Burnt Island today. Now, I wanted to come along here because, let's face it, a fun fair like this is such a massive, massive contrast to that castle that we started with this morning in Aberdour. the smell of the candy floss, the clanking of the roller coasters, the music, the thudding beats from the waltzers. I just love a good fun fair. We've seen some of these rides before, of course. The Big Apple roller coaster behind me was at Kirkcaldy Links Market earlier in the year. We actually went on it. That beef burger I've just had? No way. Every player wins an octopus. Well, down there, every player won a puppy. Take your pick. Might be tempted to go on the ghost train later. I think we should go on at least one ride. There's no Wild Mouse here. I don't fancy that Big Apple roller coaster again. So the good old staple, let's hit the ghost train. That was superb, a good old school ghost train. Different to the one that I saw at Kirkcaldy Links Market last year, so a new experience for me. Ghost trains don't have to be scary, but they have to be fun, and that one brought a smile to my face. Well, this has certainly been a day of powerful contrasts. The power of history at Aberdour Castle and at that lighthouse. The power of relaxation at Aberdour Harbour. Well, I could have stayed there all afternoon. And the power of fun at Burnt Island Fun Fair. That ghost train was just so much fun. A little trip along a little bit of the Fife coast. 2 towns and a little bit of the Fife coastal path. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Rog Vlog. If you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until the next one, remember, there's always something to see, so get out there and find it.